All new at 6, a Broward County leader is criticizing detectives over their response to a shooting at the NAACP offices in Fort Lauderdale. Gunfire hit windows there about 2 weeks ago. Now, the branch president claims detectives showed up hours late and overlooked evidence. And with the case unsolved, she is turning to internal affairs. Good evening. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
I'm Lauren Pastrana. Thank you for joining us. CBS News Miami's Larry Seward is live outside of that office in Fort Lauderdale. And Larry, that woman filed a complaint?
Branch President Marsha Ellison filed that complaint. She wants those detectives held accountable. She's concerned it's part of a pattern that police do not see. Detectives think this guy fired bullets through 2 windows of Broward County's NAACP office.
I was upset.
It hit nerves around the heart of this community along historic Sistrunk Boulevard. But 2 weeks later, Fort Lauderdale police, using all available resources, including help from FBI and county investigators, have no one in custody.
That's unacceptable because they have like a substation right up the street. I'm not saying everybody knows, but maybe somebody knows. But they just need to do a little bit more legwork.
56 years living here, seeing police respond to crime west of Federal Highway fuels a belief in Nicolette Jackson shared by NAACP Broward Branch President Marsha Ellison.
I can tell you that anything that happens on the other side, they get the full weight of Fort Lauderdale. This side, unless you demand it and unless you know somebody, you don't always get that.
Do you feel like crime is treated differently on this side of Federal?
Definitely. I was in an accident. I was down 6th Street. And it took 30 to 40 minutes for the police, and they were right there. And then it wasn't even the police. It was the community service aide.
In this case, Ellison claims detectives showed up 12 hours late and overlooked evidence.
The shell casing was directly into my conference room.
And what did that tell you?
That tell me that they, these are supposedly trained people, that they had no real interest in solving this crime.
So this week she filed an internal affairs complaint against 2 detectives. In a statement, Fort Lauderdale police told us they continue to investigate but need tips. 2 weeks ago, Chief Bill Schultz stood shoulder to shoulder with community leaders, assuring them his officers would make an arrest. He also says he will look into and address the way investigators handled this shooting and if he discovers any disparity in police response.
I assure you I'm not aware of any current cases of that being the case, but I also assure you this. President Ellison knows me. The elected officials around you know me as well. I would never stand for that. The concern I have right now is that there is a feeling that there was not an equal treatment in response. As a leader of the agency, the buck stops with me. So I will make sure that I look into this fully and extensively to make sure that all resources were activated when they should have been.
Police are confident they will track down this suspect. Jackson says it would go a long way toward changing how she feels, and perhaps others too. Back here live, investigators want you to look closely at the man in this photo. They are still looking for him. If you have any information that could help them identify this man who is the suspect in that shooting here, call Broward Crime Stoppers. Their number 954-493-TIPS. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.